Okay, so you're basically going over the what if questions or how to fix things, and the first question you had was what?
How do I keep the coordinator motivated?
So
if
basically,
she's not receiving commissions.
okay, Jed has a coordinator that works for an appointment sitter that doesn't get paid commissions. The question is, how do you keep her motivated? My simple answer is pay her with commissions.
Well, she's not really doing web leads. I do all the web leads. She does.
Stop.
the cer-
Here. That goes back into the other thing. It's about
Right.
setting it up the proper way.
Right, and that's what we're
And that's not a problem. We could get into it. So here's the thing, is that in our system, the reason why we have coordinators is, well, let's see, does anybody know why you guys have coordinators, why you guys are here? What's my big reason in the Dealer Synergy structure of why you have appointment setters versus just having salespeople or some other format?
Because of the internet.
What do you mean?
There's so many leads on the internet.
Oh, the internet traffic?
Not really. 'Cause-
Because we're awesome?
yes.
Because salesmen don't like to.
When your focus is put towards one thing, it's not divided amongst.
Sort of, kind of. The reason why I really, truly love having appointment setters segregated from the showroom responsibilities is because as per current market data from several different sources, you're going to spend a majority of your time just trying to get someone on the phone. The hardest part of the internet department is getting a prospect on the phone. So do I want a salesperson that's trained in product presentation, demo, drive, delivery, that's somebody that's a good salesperson that could close stuff, wasting all their time just dialing for dollars? Absolutely not. I want to create a frontline position where you have coordinators that's what they're doing. They're predominantly focused on generating the opportunity. But also, here's the thing. Let's say you have somebody like me. I'm a 30-car guy. If I turn around and I could damn sure make appointments and I could damn sure do all that stuff. But what's going to happen if you don't have the appointment setters? You're going to pound the phones, and then what? Make an appointment. Then you got to stop, do product presentation, demo drive, delivery, chase tips, do whatever it is you got to do in the dealership. What happens to all those leads? The reason why we have these appointment setters is for what? From open to close in shifts, not to ever stop, being proactive and following up with internet leads or taking incoming phone calls. Does that make sense? That's the major reasons right there, is that I want a continuous motion. This rhetorical question to everybody out there watching this: how much more effective would you or your dealership be if from open to close you were just pounding phone calls? Anybody know how many phone calls Sandra's department makes in a month? Take a guess.
Tens of thousands.
15,500. And they sell 100 units a month out of their internet department. That's what it takes. At least 15,000 phone calls out of that department every single month to sell 100 cars. Fact.
Those are outgoing calls.
Outbound and some inbound too. I mean, they either make or take 15,400 and something phone calls.
What kind of inbound calls do they take?
Internet inbound from, like autotradercars.com, their
Gotcha.
websites.
Okay.
And whatever people, I believe they're taking all the phone ups for the entire store now. So to go back to your question, is you need to compensate people the right way, because no disrespect to anybody out there, everybody has a purpose and has, a place. Again, I'm not mad at people that work at McDonald's, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't want a certain caliber people working at my dealership. You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to build a multi-million-dollar department. I'm looking for appointment setters that are not telemarketers. I'm looking for people that are not, mindless telemarketers or, fries are up, robots and stuff like that. I'm looking for phone sales professionals. And I don't know who you're going to be able to get for minimum wage or close to minimum wage to be a thorough phone person. What do I want the phone people to do? Outbound phone call process, inbound phone call process, objections, rebuttals, subject matter knowledge. I want them to qualify, identify prospects' wants, wishes, expectations, be able to meet them, present your unique value package proposition, exceed a prospect's expectations. Does that sound like a basic employee?
No.
Does it sound like a minimum wage employee?
No.
Maybe. You got a sucker, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's laughing, but I want somebody that's a high caliber person. Because if I turn around and I'm able, do you know that at your sister store, at Mike Anderson, in Maryville, at your Chicago store, you've got a brand new rep, Jen Brown. She was featured on AIS. She's been in the business for 3 freaking months. She makes 100 appointments in a month. She's responsible from anywhere from 20 to 27 units getting delivered, for between 60 or, I think about 60 or 50 or 60 people to show up to the dealership. That's one person. It's insane. That's why they have 6 appointment setters and they're delivering over 100. I think they hit 106 cars last month, right, ladies? That's not normal. Do you understand the average dealership in the United States sells less than 100 cars right now? Out of the 19,400 and something dealerships that are out there, the average dealership sells less than 100 units. That is with 2 sales managers, a GM or GSM, an F&I, and 10 salespeople, all of that to sell less than 100 cars. You've got Sandra and 5 or 6, appointment setters that are rolling 106 cars out of that department. That's a beast machine over there. She's got thorough people. So you need to structure the infrastructure, accordingly for what you're trying to do. And what we talked about this morning, I think with one of the managers or somebody, it might have been in my head or whatever, but, how do you motivate people? The reason why the $1, 15, and 25, it's cause and effect. Cause and effect. I'm going to pan now because I want to put this on you. Can I do that? Okay, look. You know what I mean? I'm going to go to you right here, okay? You, right there, okay? You were stressing and you're freaking out. Why? Because you make money on appointments that get delivered, right? But here's the reality. You don't sell the cars. You don't sell the cars. You don't sell the cars. It's a distraction. Now, let's do the math. If you want to sell 25 units, at $25 commission, that's $625, right? But the reality is, with a 50%, show to delivery ratio, you're going to get, 50 bodies into the dealership times $15. Even though you make less money, you make $15 for a show, you're going to have twice as many shows. So you're going to make $750, and you can control that. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can control that. But yet you're stressing and overwhelming,
But because we used to be able to follow up with our customers until they came in and bought, so that's a change on our.
But I'm telling you right now, if you
It's
turn
all
on,
for good reason.
if you work on what you have control over, like I said to you, let's just say that your salespeople are not as thorough as you like them to be. Let's just say that the sales managers aren't as thorough as you'd like them to be. Then you know what you do? You create that handicap. So if normal people, you have to get 50 bodies in to turn on and sell 25 cars, then get friggin', 60 people, get 65 people. Don't talk about it, be about it. You can control that.
Oh, I do.
There you go. Oh, see? That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Yesterday and today you were a little bit stressed, but focus on what you have control over. Now, as a manager, I don't want to, hold them accountable and just pay them only on units delivered when they don't sell the cars. They're not doing the product presentation, demo drive delivery. What do they have control over? Making appointments. So if they're going to make appointments, then, I'm not going to give them a ton of money because we don't make money by making appointments, but it shows cause and effect. Reward and compensation for cause and effect. $1 for every appointment made. And what they should really be compensated for what they have the absolute control over is getting bodies to show up to the dealership. Make sense?
Yes.
Next question.
How does, as a director, how is your workload compared to a coordinator?
Okay, a real director or a internet director that's still, doing coordinator stuff?
Exactly. How do you split up your time? Because I'm finding that my director duties, they really cut down on my coordinator
Time out.
duties.
That's like saying, how can I be a policeman and a fireman at the same time? Oh, by the way, I'm going to be the fire truck too.
Right.
You can't.
So do you have specific, because I called her, I think, last month, and I'm like, listen, I need help. I was like, I don't know what to do. So am I still...
First of all, we haven't even got to the point of building your store. You know what I mean? Like, so you literally just
But that's
came
what
on
runs
board.
through my head all day long
But
is, how do I do this? How do I do that?
You're not supposed to. What's happening here is that there's a transition period, and she is now going to be not a coordinator any longer, which is Dora. Dora, throw your hand up in the air. Yay! Okay. So before, Dora was a coordinator / manager, right?
And that's what
Yeah,
yes.
but then she signed up with us. Actually, Mike, delegated us. And the first thing that I did, one of the first things I did, Dora, is what? you are no longer a coordinator because you can't do the job.
Well, and that's what I was running into is I keep on talking about teaching and educating, but I'm educating her because I'm in the same room and I hear her. If I hear her, if she could say something better, or I, give her some more tracks or give her some new ideas, I stop and I do that. And so my work is not getting done as a coordinator because
It's not going to. It's never going to. No matter how you try to roll around in your mind, it's not going to happen. So
Right.
for your store to be successful, they need to either make a decision if you are going to be a real internet director, or we're going to just kind of fumble and toss and turn. That's the reality.
And that's why I keep on saying I'm burnout because I'm it's crazy.
Speaking of the camera.
Stress, Jen, you really.
Yeah.
I
No,
swear.
speaking of the camera, because you're not the only one. There's like thousands of people that go there. So how stressful is it to try to be a coordinator, appointment setter, director, teacher, infrastructure person, architect, all that?
It's very difficult because I can't set my goals and focus on I can't be great at everything I do, and I want to be great. I want to succeed at every piece of it, and I can't. And it's killing me emotionally. And
Then what we're going to have to do is that I'm sure part of all this, because, you guys are going to debrief with Bill, and we need to figure out.
this is where I need you to really pull for me.
Because, listen, I had a good conversation with Senior, you know what I mean? And Mike really wants us to work. He also spoke with, Bill, obviously, and that's how we kind of expedited this whole thing coming to fruition. If the Maryville store, which has got profound success, has a model with the internet director, if this store is now falling to suit and modeling the new director the same way as the Maryville store, it would be absolutely ludicrous to turn around and do things completely different in the other sister store. But in all fairness, you didn't have the architecture, you didn't have the roadmap in place. So
Sure.
you did what you did to get you to the point, and honestly, from what I've heard, you've been doing a phenomenal job. That's why you guys have got the opportunity that you've got right now, is because, here's what I honestly believe, if you could do what you've been doing with the way you've been doing it, I mean, that's like those old school, not that you're an ox for the record, I don't get smacked, but you ever see those oxes that have the whole plows that are manually, plowing
No,
the...
that's us.
Yeah, see? Yeah, look,
No, it
just
is.
say, go ahead, say
It is. It's us.
That's my point, but you don't have to do that. There's tractors, girl. You're John Deere. You got the whole. This is 200. Yeah, you got technology. You don't have to work hard and manually plant all those seeds. You just have to, do it a different way. That's all it is. And again, you might be great. And this is the hardest thing for me. I'm selling so many cars. I'm that whole mindset. I'll just do it myself. Sandra's like me. And she's like, just F it. Do it myself. I mean, we delegate stuff,
I'm like that
but you have to let go of it. And this is the thing about being from the Army. You're only as strong as your weakest link. That's the gospel right there. You're only as strong as your weakest link. So if your weakest link is you don't have the right people, the right amount of people under you, or then you're screwed. I can sell 30 cars, but I can't sell 75 cars by myself.
Right.
I can't. I damn sure can't sell 100 cars by myself. I need other people. And this is crazy because this is Dr. Covey beyond belief. There's 3 main stages of the human being, the paradigms of of just effectiveness or lack thereof. The most primitive level and the basic foundation is codependency. People who say, you make me feel, it's because of you, and all that. Shut up, you know what I mean? And then there's people that are independent. Which is it's a higher form, but it's not nirvana. It's not the Mecca. It's like, those are the 30, 40 car people that are just mean, ruthless, cutthroat, don't play well in the sandbox, but they sell 30, 40 cars, right? That's not the most effective way. That's independence. That's like, it's all about me, I, which I've been there. I really have. But I've learned there's a better, more effective way. It's called interdependence. Interdependence is the stage of we synergistically. Synergy is defined as 2 or more agents that come together are greater than their individual effect. You can't do this by yourself. Even if you're not the mean, evil, salesperson that's all about themselves. I'm not saying that. You could have misguided sense of, productivity. It's the wrong way. You need, as the leader, to empower your people to develop a team that could be successful under you. Make sense?